Alright. Now that it's real gamer hours, let's get started. Gonna do some UVing today on this guy. So basically the ability to add textures to something. I'll get started in just a minute. I'll make sure my stream's working and everything's going well. Alright. Oh, this is jiggy. Bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-bum. Alright, I think all my streams are running. Let me make sure get this posted up. It's kind of weird issue with Instagram lately, being able to like post some stuff. I'm not sure what, not Instagram, LinkedIn. But I'm trying to like post my videos. Sometimes I accidentally post a couple times and don't even realize it. I'm gonna try again. Make sure it didn't post. Discard. Oh, I think it did work. It did work. Okay, cool. We're good to go on that then. Just posting it on a few different places and I'll get started. If you're watching this recording, you'll probably skip maybe 2 minutes ahead. Alright, almost done posting, y'all. And I'll get started. Alright, cool. I think I'm good to go now. Hey, hey, welcome. What's up? Probably shouldn't have that on my general. Should I? I need to change that. What's up, Dig? How's it going? Split these two off. The last thing I need to retopologize. Then I need to like connect these two pieces together as well. Split that off. Change these settings. How do I do that again? Settings. Alright, cool. I think we're still good to go. But yeah, so I'm just building the perimeter around this thing. It can be super straightforward. It's just a piece that doesn't need this much geometry. So. There we go. I like that. Why not? And then I'll just connect. So I need to come. Actually, I think that's too complex. I need to keep it somewhat low res. There we go. I'll keep it like that. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining, man. Yeah, sorry, right when you hit me up, I had just started the stream. So, yeah. I just didn't, yeah. I didn't want to not answer you for a bit, but yeah, I just wanted to see what you were asking. Alright, what do we got? I want to pursue a master's degree at MEAE, UVing, fall 2023. I've already completed a master's in IT from my home country in India. Will it cause any issue? So I'm not really sure how the process works for international. There were a ton of international students. I think we had probably a fourth of our cohort were from India-ish, right around there. So, like back when I was going to the EAE program. So, and I know that at least one of my buddies from the program, he had a master's degree already before he joined the program, but he was not from India, or he was not from abroad. So I don't think it's a problem if you already have a master's degree. It's usually, you know, can you get the paperwork going, and do you have the grades and like that kind of stuff for it. But I don't know how foreign affairs works if you already have a master's degree. But I can probably send you contacts of people that you can get a hold of to find out, though. I could probably send you that on LinkedIn. Yeah, 'cause I still have a lot of contacts from there. Yeah. That's cool, though. Yeah, what part of India are you from? I am semi-aware of the area over there. I didn't actually know there was a master's degree in IT. Well, no, actually, I've seen IT, like specific kind of IT. Computer tech kind of stuff. Man, they need more IT. There's so many computers in that lab space. Like, things can go wrong at any time. Sometimes they do. Kolkata. West Bengal. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of grads that graduated with me who were from India, so that's cool. Yeah, it's a really solid program. I think it's worth it. But I know it can be kind of extra expensive for out of country, out of state tuition. So I mean, I don't know how much more it is or whatever for international students, but yeah, I know it can be kind of heavy sometimes. How'd you find out about the program, actually? Did you find out online, or just like I wanted to see what programs abroad would like? Or do you know someone who was in the program before? Oh, for pencil review. Okay, cool. Yeah. Well, it's definitely top tier game program for sure. Yeah, I definitely yeah, I definitely like the school a lot. Yeah, the more I've seen other gaming programs, the more I realize how good of a program it was, actually. I think at the time when I was there, there was like times where I could fluctuate on like how I felt about it and everything, but like it definitely it was definitely solid. And that was only because like I just didn't understand what all I should have expected from a program, but I definitely appreciated it. Okay, I know what to do. This is not gonna work. There we go. And delete. Whoop whoop. definitely connect these. I'm going to add an extra loop here. Add a loop here. So what part of the program are you wanting to get into? Are you trying to get into engineering? I imagine IT would be typically engineering or production, maybe tech art. Yeah, happy to help, man. Thanks for popping in. Everything. Feel free to hang out if you like to watch game art stuff, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and skip this one, this is kind of boring. Game engineering track, yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I definitely had a bunch of, yeah, I had some engineering buddies, and it seemed like a pretty solid program. I think a lot of what you get to is like the connections and like the network, the connections, and like some really cool professors and stuff like that. It's solid. Trying to learn art from Blender and import it into game. Yeah, art can be a difficult pipeline. That's probably another thing that could be good for people who know how to code, as well as just meeting art and tech art friends and everything who can help you with that part of the pipeline. And I know you can take electives as well, so you could probably technically take some electives that could help you with the art process while you're in school. So. Yeah, actually, I think I've passed by the Blender building at one point. Actually, yeah, when we were in San Fran, we passed by the Unity building. That was pretty cool. I don't really use Unity that much, but yeah. Or I do currently, but I don't really, yeah. not outside work anyway. I know it's a lot of fun, man. It's hard to learn sometimes. It's hard to get started, I think, is the biggest thing. It's like it's a huge learning curve. Like anything. I mean, if you know some programming, then you know that things like this can be a huge learning curve. So takes time to make some dope stuff, for sure. Okay, this needs one extra actually at least. Go ahead and quick save. If you're all following along, don't forget to save. It's critical. Critical. Almost done with this part. I think it's actually going to be the end of the retopology stage. I thought I was finished, but I had like a couple more pieces to do. But now we're getting there. There we go. Well, that all depends. So he's asking, yeah, it's better to be indie dev or work AAA small studio. That completely depends on what you want to do with games. If you want, so the benefits of being indie is mostly that you have a lot more say in the game. Usually, if it's a smaller indie studio. But I do know that most indies will not sponsor international. Because it can be expensive to sponsor visas. So usually the best bet for international students for the program that I've seen have gone into the larger studios to get their visa sponsored to stay in America for a couple of years. So that would be a big thing. I've heard about a term in the game industry called crunch. Yes. Crunch is... It brings a company pretty bad PR, right? So like if a company's known for its crunch culture, then people won't want to work there anymore. But at the same time, it still happens. And then I mean, people usually get compensated for it, but it doesn't mean that people like to crunch, right? Like, so not everyone wants to work crazy amount of hours. How effective is crunch? It depends. Usually crunch happens the most when a game is nearing its end and is needing to be shipped at a certain date, because a lot of times games are funded by like these larger studios or publishing companies or investors, then they expect to have return on investment as soon as possible, and so usually there is an amount of crunch to get the game or product out of the door. But if you crunch too hard and do it too early, then you're gonna have that Cyberpunk 2077 on your hands. So I kind of have to like watch out for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that it's everywhere, but it can be prevalent. So I definitely look for studios that don't have that problem. If you can, yeah. New. Alright, I think this is all of my talk pieces I need to do for right now. I'm gonna send a Lambert. I'm gonna call this m_talk. So that's the talk material. Now it's all gray. So before it's like kind of like a darker color. I think I'm done here. Let me unleash my high poly and see. Pretty sure that's all the pieces. But yeah, I think that your best bet, being international, probably would be a larger company. You could always ask if an indie studio can sponsor Visa, but it seems pretty rare, as far as what I can tell. Alright, yeah, I think that's all my low poly stuff. I don't see any more errors yet. I think we're good to go on the low poly. Alright, so yeah, now I can actually start the UV stage. Sweet. But yeah, I would say about your last question, I don't think crunch culture is very effective. I think people get tired after the typical hours. 40 hours a week is already enough. And people, you know, can keep trucking for sure, but a lot of times after the 40 hours, they're already spent. Or any other energy, they want to spend time with their family and other things, other quality of life things. You know, if you crunch too long, you're gonna lose a lot of your workers, and you know, yeah, because just your quality of life has gone down, and you're not able to like upkeep things and do laundry at home, like, right? It just gets to that point. So, I mean, hopefully it doesn't, but that's why crunch is not really that effective. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the information, but I want to open my own studio here in India after graduating the UVing. Oh, okay, cool. Well, that's a completely different story. Okay, cool. Yeah, I assumed if you're moving abroad, then that you might want to stay here for a while. But yeah, if you're trying to make your own studio, go for it. Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's, you know, I started Baka Bros Entertainment, and I currently work as a lead artist for another studio, Cinematic Arc, and we're both indie, and I love it. You know, you have to find your own way and find your own financing and all that kind of stuff, but it's totally possible. Happy to help, man. For sure. Happy to help. Back a little bit. I don't need as much geometry, so I'm trying to reduce my geometry. But it's ringing too much. I don't like the additional rings that are occurring. That's probably because it has a back end right here that is doing that. I'm going to at least I'm going to bring these two ahead here. Just kind of do something like this. So we reduce some geometry. And that way I can collapse these kind of things. It's just too much to collapse right here. That's like a core edge. That one can probably go. Alright, that's looking better. Just kind of duck it in here, giving this a little bit of width. There we go. Tough. This needs to go back. Yeah, it's feeling a little bit too weird here. Gonna clean up this hair a little bit more. See if we can get rid of this edge. We can, I think. Let me get rid of this edge. I might get rid of this edge too. That edge. Just simplifying the geometry here. I would get rid of this, but then it also gets rid of this core edge here. Thanks a ton. You and some other YouTubers like Thomas Brush are my inspiration for being an indie game dev. Also, an honorable mention to Eric Barone. I think I was saying that correctly. Stardew Valley creator. Yeah. Hey, I'm glad to help, man. Yeah, Thomas Brush was actually one of my, one of people that I looked to as well when I was starting to do this more. I'm actually part of his Discord channel and everything. It's his server, so absolutely, man. Happy to help. That can be deleted. It's not too core. That one is too core. So I'm gonna go ahead and just simplify. I'm gonna go ahead and simplify this geometry here. Yeah, one of the big reasons I started YouTube was to help to kind of more outreach to the game that I'm working on, but also just to help inspire people. And you know, like, I think that it's a great platform to kind of get seen and also just get a lot of cool information out there. I even kind of funny, one of my inspirations was Mr. Beast, which is kind of funny because I know he's like younger and stuff like that, but like as like a very big YouTuber, how much philanthropy he shows, I was just kind of like in awe of just his amount of giving and stuff. And after I saw a couple of his videos, I just wanted to like stop selling tutorials. So I mean, my old ones are still up, but like I'm not making any more for sale anymore. I'm basically just going to be, you know, providing YouTube content, and basically anyone who wants to support me, they can support me on Patreon or something, but I'm not going to sell tutorials anymore. I want all of my information to be free from now on. I feel like that's how I want to end up doing it now. Like, I don't know, there's so many artists that, and it just game devs in general, I want to start adding some more content that's not just game art to this channel. Yeah, it's just like there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of just like I don't know, there's a lot of ways to make things happen faster as well, and if I can help anyone, then I'd like to be able to just optimize people's time, you know. Time is of the essence, as they say. Keep that one actually. looks fine. I get rid of this. I get rid of this core edge, which I'm not happy about, but I can add this, a new edge, and then pop that out. So I think I'm okay with it. Something like that replaces that, and it's a lot cleaner. And then I can just average these verts out here. So that is okay play. Connect these two together. Alright, this one needs to be reduced. This one's way too heavy. Alright, same kind of deal here. You can just make one, add another edge here. Oh, I see what's happening. The problem is these spirals, right? You don't want to have spirals. That can be a big problem. So I'm just deleting too many edges, so I can't do that either. I actually think this deletion's fine, but I can't really do a whole lot here without just messing up everything. So what I'm gonna do instead is actually I'm just gonna connect these verts. I'm gonna start. If you have a spiral problem like that, then this could be a solution for you. So once I taper them in, then I can see what happened there. Now they're no longer spiraling when I select them. Not nearly as much anyway. And see this one that's kind of lagging back here can be brought up, and then maybe to this one. Well, we got Supreme, man. You know, I'm hoping to stream daily. Feel free to hang out as long as you like to, and I'll probably be here tomorrow as well. Maybe not this late. It's pretty late for me here, but this is not my typical stream time. But yeah. Now I can delete one of these edges back here. That one's perfect. As long as it doesn't spiral, it doesn't. Awesome. Just gonna travel up this and try to delete this one edge. I'm just really trying to reduce my geometry. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but I don't need all this geometry. So it's kind of in the multiplayer game, it's important to kind of be about this. What's up, Oni? Looks like we might have a troll here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Even if you're not trolling, I don't really appreciate links on my chat, so I'm gonna have to boot that. Making cool stuff? Nice. That's exciting. Lightning strike. To learn game art? I learned a lot of game art from Udemy and Wingfox. Those are two places, and I'll go ahead and put them on here. So if you are interested in getting tutorials, I definitely suggest. Here I'll post it in the stream chat if I can. Yeah, I can. Okay. So yeah, here is Wingfox for you, and then there's just not a whole lot of books, I guess. But yeah, and then here is Udemy. Let's see. I've read Art of Game Design by... Okay, yeah. Yes, Web Black and Pixels. I listened to that one on audiobook. Yeah. That's a good one, for sure. Let me check, actually. I have Audible on my phone. Well... There are probably things that are not on Audible that I could recommend as well, but... I actually think Extreme Ownership could be a good one. It's not about games, but it could be solid. Atomic Habits, of course, but those are just general recommendations. Look up Radical Candor if you're going to be in leadership. Which, I mean, if you're making your own indie company, check out Radical Candor. That could be a good one. Let's see here. What else? I have the Infinite game, but I actually haven't gone through that one yet. So I can't recommend that one just yet. Look up Getting Gamers by Jamie Madigan. What's up, Dev Gods? Here, check out right here. So Dev Gods, real quick. It's this guy so far I think has taken me around maybe around 20 hours ish, maybe a little bit longer. But I've also been like talking back and forth with people and everything, so maybe not always that long. Yeah. But yeah, I would say like a high resolution character might take up to like around 40 hours, something like that. But this guy, definitely a lot less. Yeah. Yeah, James Clear. So yeah, Getting Gamers by Jamie Madigan. Let's see if I can. Jamie Madigan. Getting Gamers. That one's pretty solid and talks about like how gamers work, toxicity in games, multiplayer games. Like it's almost like a psychological gamer type of thing, like how you can market properly. It's a good one. But yeah, Dev Gods, it ranges between, like a character like this might end up taking me at the end around 35 hours at most. But then I'm also doing a prop and a vehicle and a weapon and that kind of stuff. So it depends. But yeah, like my my higher end characters, like my dwarf character and my beasts that I've made in the past, they take me up to like a full week, of maybe like 40 to 60 hours. Sometimes more. I think my dwarf character took me like about 80 hours actually. Physical books? Here, another one. Physical books. The main problem is there's a lot of art books, but not a whole ton of game art books that are on the market. However, I do know of... let me see here. I forgot to light up my candle. I do have a few. Let me see if I can find something. I actually think I might have something applicable. There we go. One second for me, Supreme. I think I actually have a few not audiobooks, a few books that might be something cool to look into real quick. Okay, yeah. So, I'm looking for a different one actually that's more about like anatomy, and if you're doing like characters and creatures, anatomy could be good. But yeah, check this out. This is something that everyone recommends. Here it is. That is the standard art / animation / VFX kind of thing right here. So this is Richard Williams, the animator's survival kit. It's pretty chunky, pretty hefty. But yeah, it kind of goes over exaggeration and like posing, and it's pretty solid. Kind of understand like cartoon physics and real physics and how it affects characters. But yeah, as you can imagine, it's better than just the animation standpoint. It has a lot of animation stuff in it, yes, but there's more to it than that. Also, Mills, what's that book that you have for VFX? Mills, what's that book you have for VFX?
Elemental Magic.
Do you have it? Is it over there?
No, I stripped it to 10.
Did you? Oh, okay. So there's another book. Do you know who it was by? Who the author was?
No, but I mean...
So another book we have is called Mental Magic.
Elemental Magic.
Elemental Magic. And it's like specifically like a VFX kind of book. So Elemental Magic.
Yeah, the art of special effects animation by Joseph Gillen.
The art of what? No?
The art of special effects animation.
Special. By who?
Joseph Gillon. Gillane.
Joseph Galan? G-A.
Gillane.
A-N-D. Galand, okay. So this is what she's saying is the art of special effects for animation by Joseph Galand. So for VFX that could be helpful. Sorry, Devgods, I'm going back to you. That's pretty cool. Do you do concepts along with 3D models? Does your team have a concept artist? Last question, and I'll let you get back to your work. I have a concept artist. So the concept artist that I have right now is Rob Duinis. Here, I'll show you some of his work. He's solid. He actually was streaming with me last week. So if you wanna see his work or see him in action, check out his stuff from last week. It's brilliant, and we were kind of just talking and working and stuff. But this is who's currently working on Chaos Cart, yeah, characters and stuff like that. Is Rob Duinis, and it's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm a little indie studio, but kind of running the show and everything. But if you contact the right people at the right time, you can get some really, really professional help, and especially because he liked the project, so that really helped a lot. He liked the game and wanted to be a part of it and everything. So I think he made an exception for me. So this is part of Rob's work. He worked on the Crash series. He worked on Spyro series here, doing some concept work for them. And I knew that my game Chaos Cart would be similar, or not. I guess similar in style to that, and so I looked up Crash Team Racing, I looked up CTR, Sonic Team Racing, and that kind of stuff, artists on ArtStation, and Rob was one of the people that I hit up about concept work and everything, and he saw my YouTube channel and saw what we were making and everything. Yeah, and he was down to help me out, so definitely have some solid talent for our concept artist. So here is actually some of the concept work that he's done for Talk, and we have more going, but yeah, this is kind of, you can definitely tell it's his style and everything. But yeah. Solid dude. Oh, and the character that I was talking about from before. Here, I'll show you real quick. So here's my ArtStation, and so I made Bucky and put that on my ArtStation. That's like one of the last characters that we made for Chaos Cart. And then I went on to make Riemann here. This guy ran me probably, this is like something like Overwatch style character. Yeah, this guy ran me probably about, yeah, I imagine right around like 70 hours or so. And I was still kind of on a learning phase, and this gun took me a long time to figure out how to make. But yeah, this has been a fun one. Kind of like the Overwatch bounty hunter kind of character. But yeah, that was fun. And then our baddie from Abyss of Neptune. And yeah, this is pretty crazy. So I made this actually during the Entertainment Arts and Engineering program. This was our baddie for our game. And since since we published this game and everything, we've had, I don't know how many downloads. I think at the time, last time I checked, it was like around 50,000, but I think it's been more since then on Steam. But yeah, like, this is the very messed up baddie that we had. And this was the concept art. So I made this concept art, but yeah, this one took me, well, like, probably like 90 hours or more. It's my reference board. And then lastly, real quick, is my Dwarf Warrior. And the Dwarf Warrior was a lot of fun to make, but yeah, probably the longest run character that I've made to date. And this was the concept art. Yeah, she took me quite a long time. Yeah, kind of like realistic materials and, well, mostly realistic. Yeah, my Dwarf Warrior character has like the more realistic hair than I've ever done before. That took me a long time to figure out how to pull off. But yeah, she was a lot of fun to make. You played Abyss and Neptune? Heck yeah, dude. Yeah, Abyss and Neptune was a project I was very proud of working on, for sure. That's awesome. The first game I ever made was called Kickshot, and that was kind of a blast to the past. Here, one sec, I'll show you some footage real quick. So yeah, this is kind of like this rocket jumping squirrel, sci-fi squirrel character. Can kind of like, yeah, rocket jump and use funky physics to side strafe and hook. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I made this. This is my first one of my first characters I actually made for a game. This is Ace, the sci-fi squirrel character. It was fun. But yeah, this is my first game I ever made with that got published like that. Oh yeah. KG. Heck yeah. Okay, so you know some people from EA. EAE. Awesome. Yeah, KG's cool. He's a good dude. Yeah, we worked together on that. Let's see. I think yeah, I have some stuff, some photos of like the whole BIS team together, and that was really fun. It's a good experience. There's nothing like putting out a game and like letting, yeah, it's just so cool watching people play the game and stuff like that. It's unlike any other experience. It's just so cool to something that you worked on being enjoyed. Definitely brings it all together. It's kind of funny, like, how hard it is to make entertainment. It takes so many different skills to make entertainment, which is so ironic. Entertainment is supposed to be, like, whimsical and lighthearted, but takes so much technical skill to pull it off. Alright, look, I can reduce this. No, that's fine. Alright, yeah, I think I'm gonna move forward on this one. If I'm in a good state. Actually, this one one more piece that needs some assistance. I think this is just too much. This one and then maybe this one. Let's go ahead and connect these two together. This one can go up here and connect with this. Move this over a tad bit. There we go. Up a little bit. I'm just trying to average out these edges and vertices. I'm working on a third-person horror survival game named Last Evac using Unreal blueprints and nav mesh agents. Sweet. Okay. That sounds cool. Do you have a demo yet? I'll throw it down on a demo for sure. Let me know when I can stack a demo for me. There we go, that's much better already. No, that needs to stay. It's too low res. Well, I thought I was going to UV today, but I don't think I'm going to get to that. It seemed like there's a lot more things on the hair that I needed to fix that I knew of, or that I didn't know of until now. That's fine though, we're getting really close to that point. Go ahead and cut that too. Turn that off. That. feel like that one's fine. But I do want to simplify these. I'll keep these two for silhouette. But yeah, I think I want to keep those a little bit lower. That is a pretty outlier hair piece, so I want to actually keep that somewhat higher. Alright, so I think this is the last one to... Well, this one and this one. Need a little bit of help. Let's go ahead and chop that down. Already significantly better just from those two adjustments, and then this back piece can definitely go away. And the reason why I'm making all these adjustments now is because I actually did a lot of automated stuff earlier with this guy, and a lot of the automated like topology stuff that I did in ZBrush just is not relaying well for animation. And so before I send this off to an animator, I want to make sure this is not like bad, right? See, I'm trying to just fix up some of this just so it's more functional. Hey, Tofu. That won't work. I think I need to collapse these two, is what I'm trying to do. I think it just needs a little something over here. That's literally not doing anything. Get rid of that. Sweet. It's more of a core edge, I think. This one may not be. I don't see that as that much of core edge. And then maybe one more like right up here. I just want to get rid of two. I'm gonna go ahead and connect these two together. Alright, I feel like that's pretty good. I don't like that actually, but I need to definitely get rid of this Ngon. Alright, I think that's pretty much all I need to do. I think everything else is pretty solid. Hmm. Alright, we're in a good spot. Heck yeah. So first thing I'm gonna do, because I need to drop out soon, is I'm gonna go ahead and UV, just like, not actually UV, but show you the starting point of UVing. So I always do camera based, and if you don't know what camera based is, then it's basically where it'll snatch the entire everything you have selected on one at one time, basically. So here I'll show you. So if I go into UVs, and then I go into camera based here, and I select it, then yeah, you can see the entire character just kind of popped in here. And then these are just, I think these two pieces. And it actually, these are way bigger because they're separate from the main mesh. So if I were to like select all this, and so I think these are all the same material. Just to make sure, I'm gonna go ahead and do the M top, and then I'm going to merge everything together. So if I merge everything together like this, all right, I'm gonna delete history, throw this into my low, and so now if I were to, here, I'll do this, and I'll do this from the front view like this. See, now if I were to do UV camera based, then it'll just do him like that. Alright, so the first thing I do, and I'm just going to separate these and then probably call it a night. But yeah, basically I end up doing the starting of my UVs is I separate all of like the different elements. So what I can do here is grab like a lot of these hair chunks. So there's like one more in here, I think, and then just the eyebrows here. I'm pretty sure that's there, all the hair chunks. And these are the ears, of course. Alright, and so all the hair chunks I'm gonna put up. It's up here. I'm not gonna do anything with them yet. I'm trying to separate them and keep this middle box very clean. Right here. Okay, this is a cool thing you can find out actually too. Is see these little white areas? That means that something is open. And so if you see those little white areas, you can kind of like tell something's wrong. And see this little white area in the boot? That means that there's some vertices that are not connected. So, alright, let's see what's going on over here. We got some stuff here. So if I click on this vertice that's not connected, then press F on the main screen, you can see, bam, there's our problem. So something is not connected here. It looks like I actually have some duplicate faces that I don't need. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete those faces. And then just to make sure, I'm gonna wiggle around some vertices and make sure that they are connected. So I'll grab this one, and I have to tap them. If I'm to marquee over them, like if I just do this, then it'll grab all the vertices and I won't be able to tell. I need to tap a vertex, move around. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Cool. Alright, so now I know that there's no more issues with that foot, right? Like before, it was showing that there was that white line, now there's not. And I can, yeah, if I were to like grab everything and do it again, then that wouldn't be there anymore. And see, even now it's not there. And it would still show white if it was still there. Alright, so now I'm going to separate the main body is honestly most of it here. So I'm going to just bring this down here. These are some extra shoe elements. These are all my harder props. I'm going to bring all my harder props over here, except for my collar, which is more of a clothing prop. And I'll have that collar with the body. And this is just how I can manage a lot of stuff happening all at one time, right? It's pretty overwhelming just having it all in the middle square. So eventually I want to bring everything to this middle square, but it helps my mind to separate these pieces. And so now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of separate them even more. Like these are the eyes, right? I'm gonna keep the eyes to the body. These goggles are fine. This head strap thing. So these are the goggle pieces. And these little white circles are actually just from these pieces that we just made, these caps. And it's only showing white because there's no backing on them. So if I like filled hole on the back, then that wouldn't be a problem. So if I did this, alright, and then I do fill hole, then you see like it's no longer white here. But I would need to compensate by chopping this back up though, where I can they're at least quads. And I would say that you don't have to put backs on your stuff, but sometimes there's actually some weird lighting errors that happen. So it can actually be good to watertight your objects. You don't have to, but it can be helpful to watertight your objects. So there's no weird lighting errors. Awesome. Alright, so yeah, now it doesn't have those little white things anymore. It's perfectly good again. I can cap those, so if I wanted to cap those, I could go into these, grab all these edges. Go ahead and cut. Because yeah, things like this that are not going to be seen, go ahead and cut inside, and then that hides all of our seams, right? We want to hide as many seams as possible in UV. That's one of the biggest things to do, and when doing UVs is hiding the seams. Make sure that all the way through. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. All right, yeah. So I think I separated all these different pieces. These hair pieces I can kind of move to the recording spots. If you have areas of symmetry, especially like maybe the hair, for instance, you may actually want to mirror some of the pieces. So we can talk about that too in the next section, probably tomorrow. I'd likely will be streaming tomorrow for a little bit. Let's see. I'm just trying to separate all the different hair pieces. Pretty sure that's good. So yeah, but yeah, things like this, where like this right here is the symmetry to this, and this right here is symmetry to this. You actually might want to just copy over the UVs. But yeah, we'll chat about that in the next one. Hey, Mira, I'm actually about to pop off, actually. It's getting late over here, too. So, and you need to go to bed. What are you doing awake? It's East Coast over there. It's gotta be like 2 a.m. All good. It's my fault for going in late. So I'll come in earlier tomorrow. Isn't 2 a.m. over there? It's 11 over here, so I imagine it's 3 hours over there different. So it's probably 2 a.m. Night. That's funny. All right, cool. Sweet. All right, yeah, I'm gonna stop it there. I think that we're at a good spot. And next time I'll go over some proper UV stuff, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, y'all. Peace.